Turn to page 7 of the prayer book, please. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies, forms supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dressed free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior, having great compassion, founder, having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, a virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushitas, hundreds of God's protectors' heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, curd like cloud, O Lobsang Drakpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable gurus smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned mundane concerns, made life essential. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Lobsang Drakpa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Big me se wei te chen chen rezik, dream me kempe wang po jam pel yang, tu pung ma lu jom se san wei dak, gang chen ke pe su gen song kapa, lob san trape shabla so watem. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking practically at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, Bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, is trained in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of your lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, dharmas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places, Dakinis. Hayata om gate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three jewels speech, may all on the side of negativities such as the four maras be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante kure soha. 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and all perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji Peki Jushin Meta Tramri Rabling Ji Ni Degem Padi Sange Zindu Jesu Lama Dampage Nam Lasa ke chuki chapawab tu so idam guru ratna mandala kam niryatayami Changda Songi Chomnala Jagju Pardu Dagdi Kepsuchi Dagi Chonyenge Pesonam Ki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho Changda Songi Chomnala Jagju Pardu Dagdi Kepsuchi Dagi Chonyenge Pesonam Ki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho Chongde Songi Chomna La Jagju Pardu Dagdi Kapsuchi Dagi Chonyenge Pesonam Ki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho
See you guys.
You should wear a little cap like His Holiness.
Yeah. I can see like that. Anyway, good morning. Nice weather. Yes, yes. Yes, no? No good weather. Yeah, it's very humid, right? But it's pretty good. You can say it is a good weather. Okay. Yeah, it's a samsara. You know. Without light it is. No. No, this is good, this one. No, that's fine. You know, now I can see, usually His Holiness wearing the cap. I said, oh, maybe the light's too hot. No hot. The light's very bright. Because it can more bright, you can see that Rinpoche's pictures more clear. Anyway, it's a wonderful, doesn't matter, hot or cold, we have to deal with that. We just enjoy our life. Enjoy, rejoice your food. Enjoy your life. Is correct? We cannot say rejoice your life.
If that you rejoice, you have life.
You have rejoice you have life. Okay. Anyway, these are wonderful for we can say it's good for we all able to get up this morning. It's Buddhism, we said that, we need to remember, or we have to think we are the lucky person. I'm able to get up this morning. And he said, oh, I'm a very healthy person. What are you talking about? But this is possible, Sometimes when we go to sleep, it's fun, but we cannot get up in the morning. But okay. We do a lot of meditation, okay? I'm sure you guys like meditation. half hour, okay? Without moving. You're not allowed to move even your feet. Oh, really? No, I'm joking. Just keep, what you're comfortable for yourself. When we do longer meditation, we need to 7 or 8 different positions. If we follow that, it's good for longer meditations. We have 1, 2, 3 minutes, it doesn't much make sense. I would like to everyone to close your eyes, because you open your eyes, you can see things, then your mind go follow that. Therefore, close your eyes, try to feel yourself. Try to feel yourself from head to a knee. Go to slowly, slowly. Relax. Keep your body relaxed. Don't listen outside sounds. Don't pay attention to your neighbors. Just feel yourself. If you heard some sound, your mind go to that. If you see something, your mind go already there. Therefore, not pay attention to other things. Try to feel yourself. Then I'm going to recite some mantras. First I'm going to 3 times. After that, follow me, everyone. Then follow with me, listen to your own sound. The visualization front of you, the image of the Buddha Shakyamuni very light color, same position, smelling. The visualization, Buddhas lead for us to mantra with blessing. When you hear the sound of the mantra, you get the blessing, your whole body become like very peace, relax, your mind become very calm, relaxed, happy. Visualization, if you hear the mantra, go through your whole body, become very peace, relax, all your negative karmas, sickness, all go away. You feel peace, happy, relax, enjoy. Okay. Now we can stop. Do you feel anything? Nothing feeling? Just hear the sound of the AC? Right? 아니, 난솔라 가로 옹봉아 열와. 옹봉아고 가르지 예 가르는 텐다. 아니 가서 다 샘당 알아서. 근데 뒤태냐도 죽도 그래.
So we have five senses, right? The five senses, like the eye sense, the ear, nose, and so forth. So whatever we think about, whichever we think about, our mind follows that.
Are you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? It's okay? Maybe Tom should go a little bit loud. 아니, 들리다 남중 아주 오부 고가 담. 아니 곰자 고요 말.
And so therefore, it is said that we have to close the door of these five senses and then meditate.
좋아. 아니 나도 두지 배나 곰자 되어 qabla야 나도 지 다다고 암조 토와이나 나도 샘 컴퓨터 돌봐. 배나 다데 배나 ndi게 다리 샘be 나도 시바체나 나도 샘바텔 파도사레.
And so when we're meditating like this, if you hear a sound, so if you don't close your the door of the ear sense, then you will hear the sound. So when you hear it, your mind thinks immediately, oh, that's the sound, or that sound of bird, that sound of AC, like that. So immediately when you think like that, then your mind goes to that sound. So you are distracted from your meditation.
아니 그시 드랍 코에 와신다. 드랍이 이거는 지 모터가 다인다. 남도 다인다. 자 지다야 하마고 있나요? 그 샘바타르 코 로요 말해.
And so if you have inattentive mind towards that object, like even if you hear the sound, but if you don't know it's the sound of the plane, aeroplane, or sound of the bird, sound of AC, whatever sound, if you don't know that, it appears, but it's not ascertained. Then your mind is not that distracted again.
tenere ta ngazu gom jawe kawla ya ta ngazu shiba chazang san tusu nalo ruru chine ta kanzu ani ye tesa chigla tene dego ya maro.
So when we meditate, we should try to close the door of all these senses, meaning like bring the whole mind into one inside, and then just focus on the object that we're meditating on.
야들이 gom jawe ta gom jawa chine ta gom jawe tambuji yawo je tene sempa ta yene ngazu telaya shiwada gebasi ni yongo yores gebasi je lewa ina ani ta khasan kare chung chikya chung khasan kinigal nesu do a sani nani ki chashe do tende lor kodo yores teyang riyo mare.
So during the single pointed meditation, when we're trying to concentrate on a single object single pointedly, then there are two obstacles. It's called the mental excitement, which is a distraction, right? Thinking about the things that you did, or you're going to do. As, I did this yesterday, I did that yesterday, I'm going to do this tomorrow, like that. Those kind of things, So that's called mental excitement or distraction.
아니 찌데 다도 그거 아니 제한테 개면 거니 거거든 이거 사태도 말이야.
So another one is mental sinking. So when your mind is like sinking, and you don't think anything, you couldn't concentrate on the object. You're like falling asleep. If you're lazy, you fall asleep. So that's called mental sinking.
Where does he look like? 아니 시단 니코에들 라고 니코에가 추대치 뭐시라 인스 나 추체사다 녀사다 추체사 가디나가 로고 있으라고 그랬어.
So that's like falling asleep, when you fall asleep. So that's the mental sinking. And it says that the sleep is very devoted to the Dharma. So wherever there's a Dharma, then they say, I will go there. The sleep says, I will go there. When people are listening to Dharma or meditating, I will go there.
아니 나 로고시라 메스 나 투바자다 도백 메틀라 그랬어.
But he says, I'm not very brave. I'm very coward. I'm not very brave. Because I will not go to the place where people fight.
투바자다 니 그대로 열어.
So do you fall asleep when you fight? No, right? But sleep will never come to the place where you fight.
그래와. 오두ችን 두다 남주 곰잡에 qab라야 두ችን 배다 아니 가서 다샘 대사대 다 담보 가서 산지 꾼라고 아니 배나 가서 신내라고 곰바나 산지 꾼라고 짜장 섬다 대추보 섬다 시바 개개 섬마다 나와이나 아니 까마치 섬뭐 시바 개개 막고 대토도 하지 가서 주세로 보다 주세서
So when you
산지 꾼라로 뇌들 샤는데 로 제바다 배나 까마치 그래야 가서 대토더베.
So when you meditate single-pointedly, like a calm abiding meditation, when you do that, you're supposed to just focus on one object, without letting the mind go anywhere else. Just concentrate on one object. So like if you're meditating on the statue of a Buddha, using the statue of Buddha as the object of your meditation, and you just do a single-pointed or stabilized meditation or single-pointed meditation, on that you just think about that. Think about that statue of a Buddha. Don't think about anything else. Do you think you can do that? Just meditate on the statue of a Buddha for like 1 minute without letting the mind go anywhere else. So it's very difficult, right? Even for a minute, to do that. We think we can do that. A minute is very short, but when you do that, it feels like very long. So and as the moment you start to meditate on a single-pointed object, on the object single-pointedly, then you suddenly feel like something's happening, or there's like a fly flying around you, or maybe you're feeling itchy somewhere on your head, or feeling pain in your knee, or something. Some thought will come up like that to distract you. So that of course we know from our own experience, right?
So that's
what happens when we're not accustomed with it, right? So we have to get used to it. You have to do it again and again. If you do one time and don't do for a long time, then of course we won't be able to do it. But if you do it every day, again and again, then it's possible to be able to do for a minute, even more, single-pointedly.
아니 가서 아니 장바 고면 이제 거와 상주고 셈고 해가지고 마부 고면 요래.
And so it is very important to be able to focus, single-pointedly on object, on one object, because if we are able to do that, then we can change the object, to other minds like the loving kindness, compassion. We can be very focused on that, so we can have for a long time, not just feeble for a very short time like that, but for a long time.
근데 고미하고 자탱이 레와 있나? 아니 가서 지 코로로 사회 qab라야. 감도 다나 코로 셈데 매바치네. 셈 샤마이 근데 저방가서 소토 그래.
So if we are able to concentrate single-pointedly on loving kindness, compassion, like that, then it's very useful at the time when we get frustrated, get angry. Immediately we can think about that and we'll be able to focus on that and then, eliminate that negative or anger mind.
근데 이제 가서 변나 셈데 가서 변나 록 수지 업자 집어지잖아. 가서 카도 야파 마파 가서 돌아와.
So our mind is just like the light switch. You can just turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off like that.
근데 가서 단단 가서 변나 셈거 원다쇼 셈 요만 원다고 여러와.
So right now we are controlled by our mind, and our mind is controlled by delusions.
그래서 다 간주 아니 셈 따보자. 따보자 더와이나 아니 가지 왕샤도 차상 간주 셈 더와이나 아니 슈망 간주 강연도 제법 qab라야 아니 셈 누가도 칼도 매와지네야 셈 야가도 간주 줬도나 간주 셈바 간주 강연 제가 말로 왔다 가지.
So right now if we are able to control our mind, and then the mind, control the emotions, like positive or negative emotions arising in our mind, and then it will be easy. When the negative emotion arises, then immediately, we can send a positive emotion or positive mind and then control it. But Buddhism, it seems very easy when you talk about it, but it's very difficult when you do it. Why is it? Why is it like that? So that's because we have to do something that we never used to do, right? Totally different thing from what we used to do. So, of course, study is very important. You have to study, you have to know in order to meditate. But if you just leave it to the study, then it's no use. You have to put into practice by doing meditation on it.
Okay?
So, like that, Buddhism, Buddha's teaching is a mental medicine, the medicine of mind.
So
if we have a mental disease, mental sickness, then we have to practice Buddhism.
Maybe mental disease is a little bit.
So there might be different connotation, different understanding. It's a mental disease, right?
I don't have mental disease. What's talking about?
So we might say, I don't have mental disease. What are you talking about?
Yes. In a theme, so
what we're referring to as a mental disease here are the attachment, anger, jealousy, miserliness, all those kind of negative emotions. Do we have that? Do we all have that? Those mental diseases?
Maybe I have, maybe not, I don't have. There is some there. And
so most of us, maybe we might be thinking, oh, maybe I don't think I have it. Right? Or maybe if I do, I have a little bit of, because that's because we don't check ourselves. We don't check our mind, usually. So they're saying in Tibetan, two eyes. One eye to look at others and one eye to look at ourselves. So the eye to look at others is very big. It's like a binoculars. You can see everything very clearly. But the eye to look at yourself is very small. You can hardly see anything.
Right? Today that's so I don't should not go there. Some dang. So 각게 나오 말이 소소도 남지 날 파로데야 삼로씩 따대야 아니 이것도 거라 그러고
So, so if you really think about it, just go back to your room and then think about yourself. Look into yourself and think about yourself. Then we really find out, how much we really look into ourselves.
오케이? 그래서 남주 남주 출력 나사지 나와이나 다 멤버 때 멤버 나나지 니 매사는 가도 나다 작도 돼. 매 작으면 와.
So if we have external disease, like physical diseases, then we can go and see a doctor. Doctor will, find out the disease and give medicine. And then if we take the medicine, we can get cured, right?
어때는 지금도 샘기 다 나사 다 납치고 있는 맨날 간지까지 돼요.
So like that, our inner disease, our mental disease.
Right? 다쳐도 mental disease 가리면 하고서 야 누가 들라고 말다지.
So we're not talking about bad things, right? Like not talking about what do you call that? Like craziness, like mental. When you talk about mental disease, we're not talking about that, like being crazy, Of course, in a way we are, but we're not talking about that in like general, that's as we understand. We're talking about, when we say mental disease, we're talking about those negative emotions like attachment, anger, ignorance, jealousy, and so forth.
Okay. 근데자 가지 가서 수보 대호 명예 생겼들랑 가서 나살라 그러 와. 끼고 명예 지 소화질래나 대랑 가서 나살라 그러 와.
So it's a disease or sickness, what do we call, what is that? Something that brings discomfort, to our body, right? Or pain or discomfort to our body, so that's what we call disease.
그래다 딱 니제가 줘서 대호 명예 생겨돼.
So just like that, we have that mental disease, the things that causes our mind to be unhappy, So does the compassion or love cause unhappiness in your mind?
그래서 니제 공부해.
Do you meditate on compassion or do you generate compassion?
Sometimes 티값 줘서 아니 삼번 맞지 말라게 돼.
So at that time, when you generate compassion, like when you have compassion towards somebody, do you feel unhappy?
아니 다나 저기 상적을 세세야 돼. 인백이 삼바세 또 야보 곰 삼바다나 you can come inside. There's Nepal to come to see the statues. Namaste. You can pray or 그래서 근데 이제 당간주 샴바다 이제다 상적을 샘세다 당간주 냠료에 맞춰서 냠료해요.
So right now, of course, so we don't have much experience about those positive minds, right? Like loving kindness, compassion. Do you have a lot of experience about that?
근데다 때도 냠 삼부다나 때려지 냠료라고 보래. 냠료보다 때문에 가서 즉 무슨에서는 팽겨로.
And so if we think about it, then we will experience. If you think or meditate on it, then we will be able to generate or get experience over it. Then if we are able to do that, then it's very beneficial for ourselves.
Okay? Then go back to do little meditation, okay? 내가 내가 곰자마대야. 산이 내가 비용. 내가 쳐서 곰자마대야. 산이 내가 비용.
So let's tanda gomjexira.
네네. 세단 담담해. 남주 곰대 잡쇼스.
So yeah, you should meditate on loving kindness, compassion, but don't spend the time meditating at work. You might get fired.
야 모라당에도 곰 맞았어. 야 네가 사오래.
So also don't meditate while you're driving. That's dangerous also.
그래서 나중에 제 마시나 야 삼선 네가 더 잘도 가시.
So again, if you don't know how to do it properly, then it can be dangerous, right? Anything, including Buddhism.
Okay. 어떤데 이자니 가디나 저도 대대배나 쇼지다고배나 짬보는 무시 가디나 송거랬다. 상적의 생 냠멜라 다 대대를 하죠 말에 송도 왔어.
So studying this guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life is very, important, very precious. So like His Holiness always mentions that there's no better text about bodhicitta than this text, guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life.
그래다 상적의 생 지나지나 땅가서 가디나 강연친 제일 말에 가디나 개모셔야 되다 저거.
So the best instruction or method, to generate bodhicitta is through this teaching, guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life. So if we are able to generate bodhicitta, then we'll be always happy. We'll be always happy and smiling all the time.
Right? 어떻게 해서 간도 참이 쇼케니 gond아가 죽대데 지 대화식 죽대로.
So all the time we're running around, from early in the morning till late at night, why we're doing it? Why we're going around all the time, running around, to find happiness, right?
right.
Is it right? So do you go all the time, from one place to another place, from this time to that time, you do something, right? Why do you do that? To find happiness? Peace? So most of you work 5 days a week, right?
Right? For what? Purpose.
Why do you work?
Say yours.
For money,
Yeah.
for yourself.
For yourself, to comfortable. For your family, you're comfortable. Pay your bills. Right?
But not only that, it means sometimes to be part of a larger organization.
Large organization, yeah.
Something.
And in the large organization, also they want to keep their organization to, keep going, more successful, do more things, to also, and more people can get a job like that. Any organization, single person, whatever who we are running every day, night, is looking for the luck to our lives to comfortable or peace or relax or make sure we can pay bills on time, right? Make sure our home, the electricity work. Like that, in everything is comfortable. Therefore,
So in short, it's all for happiness, right? We're doing this all, for happiness.
okay?
So the real happiness is the happiness of the mind. If we find the mental or mind happiness of mind, then we'll be able to find real happiness.
And the symbol 대화에는 수보디 돼서 야보시라면 코시라 강인 책에서 말아봤어.
So if the mind is happy, and even if you don't have a very comfortable place to sit, your body doesn't feel that much of pain.
야무지 semla drama 뭐 보시라 싸면 나다 코실래 다들 차대게 들어와.
So if you have nothing going on much in your mind, like not thinking too much about so many things, your mind is more relaxed, then also you feel happy, right?
배나 나빼 두어 샤와이나 배나 파파도 다다 칼라라서 나고 고도 도바서 냠 녀들 왔어.
So like the example, it's like the
Really
pigs.
bad.
If they find the food, if they find the food they want, then they can lie down anywhere, right? Even next to in a dirt, and they will lie down and they feel happy there.
야. 다 고도 다 파파서 고도 삼담에서 고기 먹고 또 되라. 아니 고라 녀자 존은 고 녀들 고 뭐라 오든 고나 고 가만 게 녀들도.
So the pig doesn't think about so many things, right? So if you can find the food, then that's all it thinks about, and doesn't matter. There's not much going on in its mind, not thinking about too many things, and so so when it finds the food that it wants, then it's lie down anywhere, feel very comfortable.
Anyway, 나 나도 미세드 되는 말 왔어.
But human beings are not easy like that, right?
야, 나도 미세드 대사야 보고 그래 사야야 보고 그래 둘러가야 보고 그래 땀이나야 보고 그래 따치는 야보냐자고 그래 봐.
So we human beings always want to have everything good, right? We need a good food to eat, we need a good place to live, we need a good clothes to wear, we need a good words to hear, right? We want people to praise about us, say good things about us. Always, everything we need is good.
Right? Someone come to you and say, hey, nice to meet you. Wow, you look so nice, so beautiful. Wow, you be more younger than say. We feel just, even we don't say, oh, yeah, that's good. Right? Someone says, oh, are you okay? You have something wrong? Even you have nothing wrong, you feel good, but someone says, you have something wrong? Are you okay? We immediately, immediately our mind is not happy, right? Therefore, the names, the sound of names is very important for all of us.
So it's just the sound, right? It's just a word, somebody saying that, makes you happy or unhappy. But so therefore, we shouldn't really follow those words. But it's very difficult, right? Very difficult to control our mind, not to feel sad when somebody says bad thing, or not to feel happy when somebody says good things.
Right? Like that, anyway. No, what I have to talk about? I think finish my talking. Kantara ngazo nambi chuse ti ta ngazo nganje sem tapo jaya. Ane sem la chu ta ya ki ta laksha shin pare.
And so Buddhism, Buddha's teaching, is like a tool, to develop your mind or change your mind.
These are members of the Bena, mid assembly, young Bena, Semba Kyombo, Bena Minila, Nasa Chipa, Poina, Chick Semba Kyombo, but Semba Tudu, Tashin, Tudingina, Semba Kyombo, there's another Charlie Lado. She did, I didn't go.
So even nowadays, the doctors say that if there are two people, same kind of disease, but if one's mind is very relaxed, and the other's mind is very agitated or anxious, anxiety, then there's a big difference in the treatment. So the person with a relaxed and happy mind, is easier to treat. Heals better and faster like that. Have you heard that?
Yes.
I was going to say also, I think for Westerners, we tend to be very self-critical, so often the negative words are internal, coming from ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Think on the soul, I'm going to go was.
So yeah, we're meditating on that all the time,
Right.
right?
But I'm going to chubu de no, Sijik Jagan, same three, Tiwachomana, come down, but similar down, but Kodo.
So if we, are just sitting by ourselves, and if we just feel something uncomfortable, then immediately we start to think so many things. Oh, maybe that's wrong, maybe this wrong. So always, thinking about so many things. So at that time, if we can use the meditation, then it will be really helpful, to overcome that sadness.
Yeah, okay? This is not only Westerns. It's all pure samsara people like that. We just meditation for our own mental issues. They make more bigger. Then we become bump, right? Therefore, of course, when do we have any difficult situation, we have to fix that. We cannot say, oh, I'm Buddhism, I'm just be patient. That's also a big mistake, okay? I'm to give, okay, whatever you want to just do, I'm Buddhism, I'm just relaxed. It's not like that. The kapte jagors in the tel kondo masachana, kapte de la chato songdo.
So you have to, fight with that, and you have to contract or fight with that, but without getting angry. Then you'll be able to, overcome it easier.
Okay? Therefore,
would you be able to meditate for 5 months? No, 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
저도 som보다 되나 저도 곰자디 가려야 다 나를 단단한 것도 되려야 깨만 고는 것도 곰자 용문도 저도 나라 파트는 제가 곰자들어 와 배나 곰자디 가려야 미직 저랑 깨다마나 저런 게 고아지나 미게 뭐 마고 아니 저는 곰자고 자기 오래.
And so it's important to try to meditate. Of course here it's difficult, and so with so many people. And also the sound and all these things very difficult. But if you have a quiet place in your house, then it would be good to use that place, for meditation. And when you meditate, just try to focus on the object that you're meditating on single-pointedly, and without being distracted by other things, other sounds. So if you hear somebody talking, but you don't know if it's that person talking, or you don't know that it's a human voice like that, then your meditation is good.
Right. So like
when you focus on something here, right, and you hear somebody talking at the back, you can hear their sound, their voice, but you don't know what they're really saying, what they're talking, or what the word they're using. You don't know that. So that's like because you are so focused on that. So that's the kind of meditation. That's the kind of the thing it should be when you are meditating on some kind of object.
아니 저도 공작은 삼삼 암조를 지줘야요. 암조도 파체. 소정 암조도 니가 아니 미카만다 가만 두대는 시간 통화요 말어 와이나. 암조가 다한다. 아무렇지로 고도 와.
So if you have an ear plug, you can use that, headset or whatever you use to soundproof yourself, and you can use that too because, when you open your eyes, you're limited, to how much you see, but the sound can come from anywhere, right? Even from the back, front, and everywhere, side, so you get more distraction from the sound.
양 삼점 지나서 배는 만으로 장 오만 배든지 장 소소 배는 소소도 깨들 년에 되나요? 되게 생바도 수나 꽤 배그래.
And then also like when you are like chanting mantras, reciting mantra, you recite the mantra loud enough that you can hear that, yeah? And just listen to that only, and don't like let any other sound come to you, but just that sound.
어떤데 저한 되게까봐 양은 지금 소소 안에 상제도 다 예리도 되게 줄로 나송 삼삼부터는 좀 편견이다 삼아.
And so at that time also, if you think that, oh, I have received blessings, from Buddha or from Avalokiteshvara like that, and it becomes a little bit more beneficial.
오케이. 그래서 다 곰들이 자고다. 인심이.
So therefore, you have to meditate, for a little while.
나
Meditate.
곰자서 곰자. 나랑 곰쇼 자고 그저 말다세.
So when I'm telling you to meditate, doesn't mean that I meditate a lot.
오케이. 근데 가서 삼에 곰때 자토나 가서 소소 로조 차라 전제 통사로 와. 제가도 전제셔 통하면도
So if we can meditate, it will be helpful for ourselves. And then whatever we study, if we put that into practice through meditation, then that will, be good. And then we'll get the good result. Otherwise, we don't get any good result from the studies.
아니 가서 배나 로조 책이 빠라도 로조나 도나 봐 두도도 와. 대가니 다 전제셔 통하면 따로 그래. 다 도나처럼 이게 자는 와.
So like, so we study, but then we kind of lose interest in the study, right? So that's the bad result of the study. So we lose, we get bored or tired and lose interest in the study. That's not a good result.
어떤데 이제 가서 배나 아니 대다 쇼진이 늦지신이랍서 가서 늦지신이랍서 그래.
So that usually we say, a blessing from the demons.
대단 가서 되게 즐겁고 말 가서 즐겁고 대다 산제도 상접선배 라메 신이랍 즐겁고 그래.
So we don't want blessings from the demons. We want blessings from the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas.
오케이? 대다 배나 가서 배나 저도 런던에 올라와 있나? 런던에 이슈 전에 마사바도 전에 가서 잠샤도 오면 돼.
So when you're reading storybooks, novels, right, and you get very interested into that, you can't stop it until you finish, right? When you
What?
get so much interested in it.
대단 거는 지금 샤지고서 동반년도 지금 레전드도 코비님부터 되셔도 원이 때 거야 보이라나도 가디네 디콜 상담 다 되면 저는 대면 자야서 봐.
So if you develop good understanding about the loving kindness, compassion, emptiness, like that, then you will always be thinking like that, thinking about that all the time.
오케이? 어디지? 아니 다 뒤서요나? 안에 쇼주대 야네 양들로도 단디 땡데셀라 팽 지원도 단디.
And then, of course, if you have time, it will be good to read this text, Guide to the Buddhisattva Way of Life, again and again. It's always useful to your mind, to
아니
think
내가 레고
and
거
read more about it.
아니 저거 저다 셔럽 질라가다 선배는 때 깔레 카워되나 텔로 먹어지 테 멘제도 로나 테텔레 라요래.
So anywhere from chapter 1, all the way to chapter 10, but especially in the chapter 8 and 9 are a little bit more difficult to understand, because it all talks about all the concentration and emptiness. So it's a little bit difficult to understand. So you don't have to read through that, but below that, any chapter you can read would be helpful for your mind.
다나제 디나라야 아니 비 가럽 끝나제 마보 당근 가서 된 거스 말했어.
And then also, in the chapter 9 especially, it talks about all the emptiness, the object of negations, the object of establishment, and all these things. So it's very difficult to understand that. If you have it studied formally, the Buddhist philosophy is like that.
오케이. 다들 나 때부터만 오기다시.
So we're going to follow the textbook now.
오케이. 다 가서 쇼로칸 바지 니추답데 잡아 있어. 다 레그니 바지 디바샤베 레거세들에.
And so this is on the second chapter, right? Chapter of the purification or confession, and talking about purifying the negativities. So I think we're on verse 27. We finished up to 27.
다들이 28인 거 좋아한다시.
So we start from verse 28 today.
아니 다 고와다 제와 고와니 냠도 줄록쇼더라 봐.
So let's read the verse 28 and 29 together. Whatever sin I, a brood, have committed, or cause others to commit in this life and others throughout the beginningless cycle of life. And anything in which I have deludedly rejoiced, harming myself, that transgression I confess, overcome by remorse.
봐. 다 네가 가르쳤나 아니 뒤다 제다 나바투지고 내네 득바 아니 시다 득바 샤바데 다 바샤바치 요레스.
And so now this is especially talking about the confession, right? Purification or confession, confessing the sins that we have created, through the time, the object, and so forth. And so however way we have created those negative karmas, we, confess them now.
다 지도반다 다 간주 변에 인지간데 간데로 가시. 아니 토만 매던 고와나 사람들다 젠다나 다 토만 매가 당가도 고와라 토마요 말레스.
So here it talks about since beginningless time, right? Since beginningless time, whatever negative karmas that we have created since beginningless time. So until now, since beginningless time. So we talk about there's no beginning to the cycle existence.
아니 고와라 토마 매 타마 예생하돌라 그래.
So we say there's no beginning of cycle existence, but there is end of cycle existence.
그래봐. 변에 간주 변에 example. 변에 Austin, right? Austin go 가디토 와래 가디는 고소는 가들나 알레 땅가 담보 지어는 고소는 라 그래 봐.
So when did Austin's life started? So we say, from the time when I was born in this world, right? When you came into this world, that's when you said you started.
비치는 가서 Austin 머리 수보드 차차와나 수보드 간지 가딘 고소는 나도 판매 크라네 영화에서 봐.
So where did the body come from? Right, the body of Austin came from, and we usually say it came from our parents, egg and sperm, right?
아 대야 디파마데 영화로 봐.
And that egg and sperm of the parents came from where? From their parents, right?
도지 파파파파파파파파 대나는 가서 토만고 너는 저서 가서 수직 샤토요 말해.
So like that, and if you trace back like that, then you will never find from where it really started. So that's why it's called beginning.
대변은 실로그 수보란고 토마샤토 하면 나그 세마샤토 말해.
So if you can't have the beginning, of the external body, then of course you can't have the beginning of your internal mind.
봐. 근데 이제 아니 다 대다 제다 깨나 되는 거래. 아니 재미 깨면 니마치 다가지 딱서 조선 강가도 매도 샤는지 거를 내고 말해.
So it happens, with a cause and condition, right? So everything has a cause and condition. Nothing happens without a cause and condition, just like you place this flower vase on a table.
그래. 근데 이제 아니 주로 도마에서 왜?
So do you think there's the beginning of you?
Yes.
When did you start it?
Jesse, when you start. There
is an end, right? The end of cycle existence. There's no beginning of cycle existence, but there is an end of cycle existence.
아니 레니가 고와 가디 레마 고전 아니 고와 도면 고만 고와든 조체도 그래.
So whenever you don't have to be born in cycle existence through the power of karma and delusion, then that's when you have stopped the cycle existence. That's the end of the cycle existence.
Wow, this is stuck here. Okay, then 안에 다음 고와 도마 매반에서 아니 고와 도마면 다 세라 도마에 말이지. 세라 너 연다더스 고와라 도마에 말이. 대면마다 다 아니 세라 도마에. 세라 도마면 세인데다 세연다더스.
So it says like through the beginningless cycle existence, cycle of existence, right? And because there's no beginning of cycle, there's no beginning of life. So it says others to commit in this life, and others, and in others, like in this life or in other lives.
아니 다그 만트르 디지감 제다사와 녀탄 어들와 다 다그 마시 몸배온 게 아니 소소가 아니 득바 셰바감 아니 젬발라 셰드 주바스.
And so whatever sin I, a brute, have committed or caused others to commit it.
그런데 다그 마시 몸배온 거 가서 시즌 학코 전에 가서 득바칭이 파지요 말에.
So what's this word brute? Brute? This means like ignorance. Yeah, like ignorance, out of ignorance, right? So we create negative karma and the sins, and out of ignorance, either by ourselves or cause other to create them.
저도 미시바 코로나가 요야.
Do you cause others to become angry? Have you caused?
Is anyone angry with you? Maybe we become like Bodhisattva, and no one get mad. 담보 가지고 담보 삼아 담보 개가라 나 데리고라 코로나고 섬 끊어서요 말이지. 두바 자고도 섬게.
But none of us wish, and I mean, none of us had that motivation, right? Intention, to say, oh, I'm going to cause this person to get angry, right? Do we have that intention?
요. 담보도 말이야. 그거 담보 가도 말이야.
So just like we didn't have that, the others who cause us to become angry don't have that either, right?
얘나 가도 담보 빠져요 말이야. Yes, someone that 담보
the other's mind.
대변은 나도 하고 말이야. 난 소주 젠트 대신에 파서 뻑쪽으로 와.
So it was similar, right? They are same as us, same as us. So just like we don't have that. That's example. Of course, exactly we don't know what they have in their mind, but normally, right? Just like us, we don't. Just like us, no, they don't have the intention or motivation to cause us to get angry.
나도 담보는 나도 쟤네 다 담아서 나도 다 드링이 밀어 놓았지고 막 코로나 담보 전에 요말 담보 갑래야. 근데 테마 찌니가 다 데려다니 걸 때마다 하는 거도 여러 왔어.
So at the beginning, first we don't have that intention, right? So we say something, we do something, we're thinking that we're doing that right, and out of ignorance, that had caused somebody else, to become angry. And that's what happens at the beginning. But maybe the second, third time, and then we say, oh, I'm going to irritate that person. Then you can do that intentionally. The first time you will not have that intention. And the second, third time, maybe you will have that intention. Okay, I'm going to do something to make this person unhappy or cause the person to become angry and like that.
뭐 대여하다 간주 삼는 간주 제다데 따다이 간주 삼아 따다이 삼거래 파주거든나 파주 담 따다 삼아이 삼거래 왔어.
So the reason why and how we cause others to become angry is not because we think that, oh, I'm going to cause that person to become angry or intentionally, we don't have that motivation, but by doing something that we think is right. So what I'm doing is right, so therefore I'm going to do this way, and then says that way, and then that makes the person get angry.
Right? 배차리나 다 전화도 다 놓치 모셔 배나 엄마 전화도 담보지 조보좀 되게 가라 가대는 두고 자야 되고 왔어. 자녀왔어. 담보지도 두고 자고 some 그거에 말이. 나 some 따다시 봐줘 남지 땡다지네. 나도 두고 쇼로 그랬어.
So now you're all grown up now, right? So, but when you were young, teenagers or maybe young adult, you always got into fight with your boyfriends or girlfriends, right? In your relationship, always. But when you got into fight, did you have that intention? Say, okay, I'm going to make my boyfriend or my girlfriend to get angry towards me, so therefore I'm going to say this. No, we never have that intention, right? We say something and then makes them become angry, or we do something and that makes them become angry. But we don't have intention.
밀 따다시. 다 대상 폰으로. 배나 폰 테마치 단에 폰 맞잖아요. 고로사로 그러면서.
And so that's just from the way they look, right? So the way they look, where you look at them can cause them to be unhappy or happy, right? Even the way you look, you don't have any intention, the way you're looking, right? And now nowadays, everybody use phones, cell phones, right? So you expect that person to pick up the phone. If they don't pick up the phone, you get angry, right? Without knowing even reason why that person didn't pick up the phone.
뭐 도생까지 도생하던 다른 쪽들 말이 못 받아도 다그 만설 되기보다는 나도 못 배운 거 살려다.
And so this is out of ignorance, right? Because of not knowing what's the reason and all these things, then we become unhappy and angry. So that's what it means. I brute, right? Out of ignorance, have committed or caused others to commit.
얘나 나도 조사하고 뭐는 나도 스치 keleng 말아왔어.
But again, you don't want to be called ignorant, right? You don't want to accept that I'm ignorant, right?
Right? You said, I know everything. Yeah, I know that. I know that. 미세거든 나나 다 지제그 룩소 걱정이야. 나시미ችን 납도면도.
So because of the Western culture, right? You cannot say I don't know. You think people will look down at you. You say I don't know. So that you always say I know.
Yeah.
Right?
나도 미를 뼈 무지 깔에 카우치를 람마토치. 내 신경에 사야 돼. 진짜 납도고 말해.
So one of the most difficult for us to say is I don't know. Right?
저 Even you doing something wrong, I said, this is not true, it's wrong. I said, yeah, I know. Right? Tradition looks so they
So it become like a tradition or culture, right? I don't think it's not necessarily bad, but it has become like a culture, like.
Maybe they're not the ego. It's okay, if I say no, then people look me down, but like the culture, like tradition, they don't want to say no. Anyway, the dark mantra dijata ngarange hamogue chene any dipasa basa jorita.
So I, as a brute, out of ignorance, have committed or caused others to commit, right? Non-virtuous actions.
So
causing others to create negative karmas. So when we talk about sin, what do you understand again? Sin. Sin. What is sin? What do you understand?
What do you guys understand?
When you say sin, what do you understand? Or how do you explain? What is sin? Huh? Wrongdoing. Marungwa.
Yeah, wrongdoing. Yeah, this I think maybe.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Good. Common.
Wrongdoing.
Also, your awareness that it's a wrongdoing when you do that.
Not having the awareness?
No, having the awareness, knowing that
Oh,
you're
okay.
doing something wrong.
Okay. So like doing it intentionally.
Of course, this is of course. That thing the bus had the kanji and the wrong. Yeah,
Of course, it is. If you do it intentionally, then that's definitely wrong. But it doesn't have to be intentional. You can do it, out of knowing and out of like brute ignorance. You can do that also. So whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, if you have caused yourself or others to be unhappy, then that's sin. Like especially for oneself, for one's sake, if you do something, to cause unhappiness in oneself or in others, then that would be sin. Of course, you can debate. Say, oh, this is what sin is. This is not sin. You can debate on that a lot. But in general, that's how I will define.
What is the time? That debate. That indicate debate. That is an anatomy to down on the esta. Any Timu Trabat, that they are Mumba, Moriba, Mumba. Timu Mushimamba Wangas. So debate Sawat the Maze, that Dijola, and a Jeji debate of like that Gisera, Timu Mobile, and then Tewang Shone, and a Jeji and the Duach and the Tele Gisera Chewa. They Susu Gisera Chewa, and the Gisera Chewa, Toa, Gawachewa. What is it on the war? Timu Trivet, down, no, the Gisera, down deep downs.
And then any kind of those negative karma or the sin, right? Then out of ignorance, again, deludedly, rejoiced in that. So if you see somebody doing bad thing, you rejoice. If you say, oh, that's very good, feeling happy about that. Somebody's getting killed or somebody gets beaten, and you say, oh, that's very good. It's good that that person's killed, or it's good that that cockroach is killed, like that. So if you think like that, that's rejoicing. That's rejoicing. Oh, that will cause diseases. So it's good that it's killed in like that, If you think like that, then that's also rejoicing in negative karma. And so that's what it means in the verse 29. It says, and anything in which I have deludedly rejoiced.
And the da no the da timuki and the Jamant Jenny, and the da timuki nemne, some say otherwise.
So I have like deludedly means like you are controlled by the delusion, right? Out of ignorance. If you rejoice in the negative karma created by oneself or others.
Okay?
So if somebody does something bad, no matter how bad it is, what kind of bad it is, if it's bad, then you should not rejoice. If you rejoice, even though you haven't done anything, just by rejoicing, it becomes non-virtuous action.
Watch TV done it, picked out. Do what they say,
So even when we are watching a movie, right, you see the bad guys getting killed, and then you think, oh, that's good, If you like, just while watching TV, you're creating negative karma by rejoicing in the negative action created by good guys.
다나제 가서 세는 문이 되다. 세는 문이 되지 않는 용거다.
Yeah, if you really feel like that in your mind, yes.
Yeah.
But if the person that you're thinking about getting harmed is harming all these other people, and that's the reason why you want them to be harmed, is that still negative karma?
그러.
Yeah. 다들 나 미둑자져라. 미둑이 미션 나 망부지로 가서다 가서 동을 때게 오라. 근데 저다 미션 미 아버지 그 코디 미둑가 세바나. 하나 때 야보레 상바나 되네. 돼야 되네.
텐드가 말 텐드가 다. 이제 코물이 몸에 건드리 제게도 다 고니제다 고니제 공거들.
No, you should not rejoice. Even if it's like that, that's still bad. Instead, you should feel compassion. So, oh, poor guy, out of ignorance, he's doing all these bad things. Thinking like that, you should feel compassion instead of, feeling rejoiced, over the killing, done by the good person.
다음에 대상하고 다 대서 싸지면 도구다. 포기 세게도 이게 떡군도 마음 도구도 와. 그러니까 좀 소알레도 없겠다 이라.
So especially like when we watch the news, right? Always, so somebody's getting killed, somebody's done this, arrested, and things like that. We say, oh, that's good.
근데 제가 가서 대바상거다. 다때 이제 다 공몽병원들이 두고 차서 이제 공걸.
So if we think it's good, rejoicing like that, and then for over other person's suffering, other person's committing of the non-virtuous action, if we rejoice, then that's bad. Instead, we should say, oh, out of ignorance, poor guy, created non-virtuous action, and poor guy get killed. Oh, poor guy, like that. If you feel like that, then that's better.
근데 배전 안 도와다. 지바 지다 싸워서 현지 지와 지세라 와서 배전한 건 안 도와서.
So in the text itself, cause others, committed by yourself, or cause others to commit, and rejoice in others committing non-virtuous actions deludedly. These are all negative karma.
But I like to watch the karo Mount Jazaga Timutai Gaoyo.
Mount war.
Yeah, war.
He likes to watch the war movies.
Yeah, but got so killing with this. They are they do so killing with.
But he doesn't feel any like good or bad. He doesn't say doesn't rejoice in the non-virtuous. I mean the killing of the bad guys.
He sent a call, set up Chenako, some dual killing with the guy killing with the. Another cake come over another action on the delivery.
So Geshe, he doesn't feel any good or bad, about those. Doesn't have the good feeling or bad feeling, but it's exciting, just like it's like entertainment only. So, but Geshe, he doesn't even, and also he doesn't understand the language so much, but he can see the action. So that's what.
Usually the monks like to watch it like that. Also they teleco
So there's no like negative feelings or any negative emotions or
I'm not saying
motivations like that.
I'm not saying you guys are feeling okay, but just generally we talk about that. Or tell you that Teniga Diba Shas, Teniga Diba Sovade, that's somebody being gonna shas and any tiga that and shas yellow shas.
So thereby harming myself, that transgression I confess. So transgression means like any kind of non-virtuous action that you have committed, right? Especially those which you have made a promise to not commit, and transgressing.
That chance of that new Lojong Chechi, and that new part on the Gonda Cadena Sel Alenga, Mudu something, and it comes to Shabachekore.
And so then it's overcome by remorse, So first, of course, you have to have the remorse. Oh, that was bad. I should not have done that. And then you will, once you have that, then you will, engage in the practice to confess it, to purify it.
And then they call out that Jase Tome Sambo, and they show you in Java Songi, Jasela, Sodema Songi, Tigia, Nicolaya, and Yamleg, Mother Songyores.
And also Jase Tome Sambo, so who also wrote a commentary to this text, Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life, and also there's the 37 practices of the Bodhisattvas. And he wrote that, so he also has advice on this.
Nirikablaya, Anichi, Injimiji, Tatelachi, Jungi Jusum Tango, rest, and Nirikablaya, Ani Suzugo, and the Chitasuzon Choka Yovanare, Chitindolaya, Chenji, and the Samota, Jamroda, Semji Yabo, Samotango, rest somebody.
So he said, always, have to have everything done properly, like beginning, the end, in the middle, everything, So at the time when you do the practice of purification, confession, you should do it in a room, like a shrine room, where you have an altar. Then you do it properly by taking refuge and generating bodhicitta at the beginning.
아니 되니 아니 또 시단으로 그네 샤바치 샤바체다네 다 송스미 인지지 삼바도 고 땅가 드바 니바다 니바 메 니바 다 송삼고 대타원 때네 다로 있어봐.
And then you apply the other opponent powers, like that's the opponent power, the power basis, and then power of the remorse, the antidote, and the promise. So once you have done that, then at the end you have to have this strong feeling that all my negative karmas are purified now. And you have to have that thought. If you do, then it will really get purified.
되레레 마도 배나가도 수보 잡아로 나가도 쭉 벌벌다 소비하고잖아 다해요. 다해진 통화요. 뭐 통화지로.
So that's how we purify, the negative karma, the sins that we have created, right? The sins in our mind. If it is like dirt on our body, then we can just take a shower, apply soap. If it's a little more greasy, put a soap and then rub, and it will get washed away.
Right? Some people take shower half hour, right? Are you going to take shower for half hour? 15 minutes? 20 minutes? 근데 그런 것도 수고 중요로 와, 쌈마 소요로 와. 근데 대가도 잡아가도 통화요로 와. 아주 세분 요모스 명 통화요 말어. 명 통화면 도. 그제 시당 썸다는데 세분 요모스 고 사요래. 쌈마당당 아니 내가 제단네 고소 다로요래.
And so, the dirt on our body, we can see it, right? So we can wash it away, with the soap and water. But the mind, the dirt in our mind cannot be seen. So how we purify that, how we wash that away, is by thinking in this way.
저도 득밤 요모 명 통요해.
Have you seen delusions? Have you seen negative actions? Negative karmas? Have you seen negative karmas or delusions with your eyes?
그래요. 그 통화요 말. 그 샘거 썸마당당 그 샘거 작화지래.
So it's not visible, right? It's not the object of your eye consciousness. You can't see it, but it's in the mind, right? So how you purify it, is through thinking with your mind.
대대 니바 싸베 칼라야 샘거 썸마당당 이건 사요래. 니바파 답이 칼라야 샘거 썸마당당 다요래 와.
So when you create the negative karma, also you create it. You create it through, by thinking with your mind, and when you purify, also you purify it, through thinking with your mind.
Right? 먼저 샘거 썸로지 땅 되게 푸시치 액션이 먼저 득바사요래. 샘거 썸로지 땅 되게 액션이 득바다로요래.
So our mind pushes it, right? Makes it to do something, and then we create a non-virtuous action. We create non-virtuous action. We do something bad, and then create non-virtuous. In the same way, again, when our mind thinks and then makes us to do something good, and then that purifies the negative karmas.
Okay? 그래서 득바 다기 싸기 지나니 뭐 갈까 뇨싸 뇨 작으러.
And so if we keep on purifying the negative karmas that we've created, then slowly it will become less and less. Right?
니마 가로 주대를 못 차려다 계속 샴바타 줘라. 지금 드바티서 와. 먼저 득바서 샤바이나 다 톱식선나 다 자다 다르고 살아버려. 다르는 먼저 때 그 단다 득바타나 먼저 강이 몸도 도와서나 자 득바 칼 마보 싸셔 그래 송송. 먼저 다기 싸기.
So yeah, we always keep on creating negative karmas, even though we purify them, but we keep on creating negative karma. So that's why we still have always these problems, sufferings. So somebody asked this question: if you can purify all the negative karmas just by doing this practice of the four opponent powers, then why do we still have people who engage in practice? Why do we still have sufferings? Then he said, because we keep on creating negative karma again and again. We purify and then we create. We purify and we create. So that's why we always have some negative karma, to bring us suffering.
오케이. 대지 다 쇼로가 순주단 받는다. 대가 아니 득바샤서 다 득바 싸사가 예대 간다 저래서 데려서 그래. 득바사 예톱톱도 된바. 예 최종으로 그래.
So then in verse 30 it talks about in relation, to what kind of objects do we create negative karma. So what kind of object, in relation to what object do we create more negative karma or less negative karmas?
단데 니가 더 오셔야 돼. 다 저도 실로다로.
So this is very dangerous. If we don't know, we may create negative karma, by even doing small things. Big negative karma by doing small things. So let's read this first. Whatever offense I have committed out of disrespect with my body, speech, and mind, against the three jewels, against mothers and fathers, and against spiritual mentors and others.
다로 다 네가 아니 니바사사이들라 다그 gemjo 섬사다 아니 산지 주 gem조다 나도 잡는 연나만 봐.
So against the three jewels, right? The three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha.
아니 텔라테는 나도 다 니바 탑천 싸고 그래서
So
내가 요즘지 마게 왔잖아 니바 싸고 그래서.
we can create very serious or heavy negative karma if we disrespect them, out of disrespect to them, the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha.
대대자 아니 다 군조서 산지 주거든. 다 산지니 나도 도한 통문도 주소 산지 통소해.
So Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, right? So the three jewels, the Buddha. So have you seen actual Buddha?
Anyone meet Buddha? Anyone doesn't see any Buddhas here? Any place? 아주 그새신 안도 다 산지 그 빼나 아니 다 군라 노설라고 그래 가는 거. 다 산지 근섭시거나 산지 군라도 아니 다 아니 산지 게 조금 잡으려고 들어와.
But you see the statues of the Buddha, right? Statues? Is that Buddha? It's a representative of Buddha. Right? So we should think from our side, we should think that as a real Buddha, actual Buddha.
근데 산지 군라당 소수고 아니 고소니 냠도 샤요 말이 간절.
So we can't see actual Buddha, right? So how can we commit negative karma in relation to the Buddha? We can't have in contact with them, but we can have contact we can have a contact with the Buddha statue, right? And Buddha statue are representative of Buddha, and so therefore we should always respect Buddha statues. So we can't disrespect them, or even place them on the floor, or place them next to our shoes or socks. And this is what. So if we do that, then we create negative karma in relation to the Buddha.
다 나지겠다 주권조다 나도 빼셔도 저러와 빼depu소.
And what is the actual dharma? The realization, right? So we can't have again in physical contact with them, but the scriptures that represent, like the Buddha Dharma, the Dharma books, right? The textbooks, the prayer books, and all these represent dharma.
아 근데 자 남중아도 depu소 간주머지 샤요 말이야. 근데 나도 롭데도 참아 제 사탄사 내가 나도 로종가 간다 했던 연구에서 내가 나도 기십지 않고 그래.
And especially the Dharma books, but even any kind of textbooks, any kind of textbooks is should be respected, should be treated with respect, because through these textbooks we get the knowledge. All our knowledge comes from the books and from the Dharma books and books. So therefore we shouldn't just treat them anywhere, just like anything. We should treat them always with respect, and place them in a high place, and put them on top of your head, not walk over them and so forth. So here I see a lot, when you have a textbook on your table, the prayer books, and then you just walk over like that. That's very disrespectful. So of course you don't have the intention, right? You don't have the motivation to say, okay, I'm going to walk over the textbook. You don't have that, but you're not, you're not aware of that, right? In your culture, you don't think that's it. You just walk over that. And also, I have seen people leave the textbook on their shoes, next to their shoes, on the shoe rack. Right? And so sometime maybe you might be reading the Dharma books, like you read the story books, and once you finish reading, and then you just put it on the floor, right? You don't get up to put it on the shelf, but you just throw it on the floor. So this is just my maybe wrong notion, wrong notion in my mind, thinking that maybe you might be doing the same thing with the Dharma book. While you're sleeping, you read the Dharma book, and then when you feel tired, you just throw it on the floor. So that would be disrespectful. And of course, any kind of book, but especially Dharma books, if we do that, that's disrespectful to Dharma, and we create negative karma in relation to Dharma like that. So usually, like Jessie has the Dharma book on her table, right? So if she has to walk, and then there's no way to walk from there or there, And then, what she does, and sometimes she will just move the book a little bit and then walk like that. Still, that's not good.
I'm not talking about you, just example, okay?
So instead, you can just move the table like that, and then you
Yeah.
have a whole space
You
to
see?
walk, right?
You
can
see, you
just
don't
like
see?
that, so, or of course, maybe sometimes you don't have, you can move the table this way or that way, and then walk, easy like that. So, but don't ever walk over the table.
예, 저도 산다. 나타나 공부도 매삼도 소들 배는 제니퍼다. 그래 제시다. 모닝이 빨아요 공부서는 다티고 겁나 먹는 까먹 남진 강 로샤도 와.
So sometimes people don't even don't want to move the table. You see
The
some
leg
table,
is
and then
best.
you just walk like this, and then other leg goes like that, and you're walking over there. That's still disrespectful. So
Okay.
just move it, make
Just
enough way
you
for you
see,
to.
Jesse, you can move like that, book. Like a thumb should that. No, book. Just whole table. Just move that. Next time you guys do like that.
Like this, yeah.
Just move like the front Jennifer, then you can walk. Do you see? It's much easier, right? Usually you just like that. You just try to walk that. This is just okay. This is just in the future your awareness. And then Sanji Chuk, and Gindi said that no Janata public other than the Nato Sharon Jego Marwa.
And then the Sangha, right? Again, what's the actual Sangha? Someone with the higher realization, of the true path like that. But again, that kind of Sangha is difficult to see, right?
And then Namju Gindilaya. But the Shijida Kawati, sometimes Zamble, I'm sure the Gindi Kashi Tozavateni, Gindigala Kata, they was.
And then, so usually, the monks and nuns, right, wearing the Buddha's robes, those are the representative of Sangha. And so you should respect them. But of course, nowadays, the people who wear those robes, do bad things. And one or two who do the bad things, and that brings a bad name to the whole Sangha.
근데 쟤네 아니 소소 티나 탐나네 소소고 딱 꼰조성 찔라다데 소소 꼰조성 지금 여서더라 소소 갖다 대나.
And so because you see somebody doing something bad, then you say, all the Sanghas are bad. All the Sanghas are bad. Then that's again disrespecting the Sangha. And you are, if you're causing yourself harm to yourself, you're losing one of the three jewels. You need all three jewels to be protected from suffering, right? So you're missing one of the jewels, then you will not be protected from that severe suffering of the cycle.
근데 자와 찍지나 자와 대체인데 미선 배나 가야 귀신 나오 귀신 들레기 제들나 꼭 미치게 꽂는 거 말와. 다 배에 잡아지는나 배에 잡아 강하기로 그러와.
And so if it's done by one person, then you just, think about that person. It's not necessarily, it's all the monks, right? So if like Geshe Tenley does one bad thing, then you just say Geshe Tenley. But if you say a Tibetan Buddhist monk, then the whole Tibetan Buddhist monks, gets the bad name.
오케이. 그건 삼성에서 저 주도명에서 주도 진행하서 야 예방 사기도 와.
So, without any business, without any of our business, we create so much negative karma like that sometimes.
그래서 나가게 된다 마마 견데기 단다 랍자죠. 아니 묵점 되죠. 즉 암족값 되죠. 즉 같은 게 이거스. 그래서 뭐 가지고 이제 땀 맞았어. 암족 가지고 있냐 맞대. 칸이 가지고 시에 맞대 송을. 대라더니 예바사 그랬어.
So you might have heard this, the advice from Mahatma Gandhi, one of the Indian leaders, so who freed the India. So anyway, his advice is like, there's like three monkeys, right? Covering eyes, and covering ear, and covering mouth. And it says, don't look all the bad things with your eyes, don't listen to the bad things, and don't say bad things like that.
그래봐. 그래서 대대는 가서 가르나 통으로 왔지. 다른 가서 가르는 쫑장 통으로 왔어.
So if we don't, cover our eyes, we always see bad things, right? Always see bad.
배배 빼져 저래. 아니 미만은 갔다 오지 없어. 라주부인데 꿈다 오지 없어요.
So it's always important, to control your mouth, especially when you're, with many people, because you might say something and then that can insult other people unknowingly.
그래? 아니 라주부에서 They're very bad about it. Tamshi doesn't want to translate that.
Awesome.
Right? It's a very, very bad word. No, it's not bad, They say when you go to the public, don't talk too much. And then you be mistake. But yourself also keep your butt, not
Fart.
when you think you're just yourself, you all the time bum 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 bum. Then you public time you cannot stop because you're already used. It makes sense? It makes sense? The Western doesn't care, right? The Western
Now you see why I don't want to translate.
But like the Tibetan tradition, in a public place, you do bum bum bum,
Fart.
fart. What is that?
Fart.
Yeah, it's very bad. They say, wow, it's a terrible person.
Farting in public is considered as bad, right? It's
Very
considered embarrassing. Is it the same here in the Western culture?
But here, no, that's just you walk, you talk, they're walking before.
No, in front of the people you know it's embarrassing, but in front of the strangers you don't care, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, it's good or bad, doesn't matter. Therefore, there's you think yourself, you say, okay, no one here, I just do that. And your body can used to. Then you cannot stop. Therefore, always just remind, keep you quiet. And then, in the public place, also try to say less. Then, even you have no motivation that you say something, then it's wrong, then people take a very bad way. Like that kind of thing. This is very small things, but very big advice. Mama we're looking for something to fall. I'm just looking for the Geshe, what she's doing. I'm just always looking at her faults. I can see all her faults. Maybe it's not from her, that maybe my own ignorance. Right? Therefore, Buddhism says, it's also, if your teacher, don't looking for any kind of faults your teacher. If you're looking for, you can find faults. It's maybe not from your teacher, but your own ignorance. Therefore, you get also more, before you teach it, you have to investigation to good quality or not. After you already accept your teacher, don't looking your any faults. Even you see bad things, this is my own negative karma, you think about that. Otherwise, my teacher is going very bad, oh, I'm very bad, oh, sorry. You feel like that, even you think that, you create a lot of negative karma. Therefore, what I have to talk about that. Then, say, don't look into too much, don't listen too much, don't talk too much. Means now always don't stay very quiet, not like that. Very skillful, okay? 아니 티오런다 다 파마다 아니 라마다 도서다 응원에 빼 니가 사버렸어 까디 첨보에다 까디 강어 쳐와더니 니바 마사 그랬어.
And so it says against the three jewels, right? The Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha we just talked about, and then against mothers and fathers, because they've been very kind to you, giving birth, raising you. So if you do something, bad in relation to them, then that becomes a very serious negative karma. For giving you the life, right? The kindness, in giving you the life for your parents, and then against the spiritual mentor, like your teachers, right, who have been very kind to you, giving you the instructions, the teachings, and so forth. So should not create any negative karma in relation to those. If you do, that becomes very serious negative karma. And if you have done that, then you should purify with a strong regret or the four opponent powers. And so if you confess, by thinking about all this, the negative karmas in relation to the three jewels, father, mother, spiritual mentor, and so forth, out of ignorance. If you might have created all out of ignorance, and say I'm going to purify all them, then you can get all this purified.
Therefore, like example, you wash your clothes every week, every day. Then we didn't see any dirt, right? Same as we purify our negative karma every day, then you don't have negative karma. You will be perfect. Otherwise, you save negative karmas. Then more, deep. Then you become just talk, more. Like that. Like, you Western, still, you got every day. Maybe you got to wear only one shirt. So you change every day. Can you wait 2 days? But even you 2 days because you take shower, then you don't see the dirt. Like I just went to the China last week, 2 weeks ago. I met my parents. They come from nobody there. No, they come to the city, they try to do their best. They take shower, they wearing the new clothes. But from their home turn to China, it takes up 3, 4, 5 days. Then even they take shower, but they say, even the dirt they come from inside their body. It doesn't matter, you take shower every day, it doesn't matter, they come in. I don't know, maybe the body is something, my father has, how you call this? I got t-shirt, he have t-shirt, yellow t-shirt. I said, I'm going to buy a new one, change it. He said, no, this is my new. I said, they have a lot of dirt. No, I'm not dirt. We can see dirt, Here, they don't, he doesn't accept. He said, no, I just buy a new one. It's a new one. But, we can see, we used to hear, we don't see any dirt like that. It's not bad. Not same as when I was that time, but still dirt, but they don't accept it. No, it's not dirt. We just part. But, we can see the dirt if you don't clean. Same as if we don't put our negative karma daily, then more, then very hard to. Then you have to clean, then we need to very hard working. Every day before you go bed, you think today I did something bad, purify. Also you think it's like gone. It's really gone. You think, maybe gone, maybe not. I don't know, this is not that easy. Then it doesn't go. You just 100% is the 4 permanent powers. And also, jamru, when the Bodhisattva Shabbai, then the target is.
So based on the, on taking refuge in three jewels and generating bodhicitta, it can get purified.
Okay.
So if you believe, then it will really get purified.
Okay. Any questions? Yes. Yes.
Okay. You use the word sin a lot, but I wonder, is there really a word in the Tibetan language for sin? Because when I hear the word sin, based on my upbringing, it's like bad. And then there's guilt associated with that. And what I've heard is that in the Tibetan language, there is no word for guilt, which I find, if that's true, that's very refreshing. But I find that over time, I feel less guilty over things because I see it differently. But this word sin that you've used, I wonder if that's just because you're talking to Westerners. Because it's very loaded.
It's in the book.
Well, I know it's in the book, but this is a translation. I mean, different translators have different words.
Yeah, there's
And
different
I'm
words.
Non-virtuous and virtuous. I don't know. That to me, but the word sin is just so loaded. At least for me, I don't know. I'm not speaking. I'm just speaking for me. But I'm just wondering if in the Tibetan language, is there really a word for sin?
득발하더라.
득발해야 돼. 저기 군족에 득발해야 돼. 당가 저 인지 돈에 sin 라져라. 대대 가서 당가 저 인지다 득발하거라. 나 군족에 sin 라든 득발하든 배 삽심부 쉬우지고. 삽심부 쉬우지고 그래서 군족. 배 때라다 그 저기 마로마 제송 삼배 삼바 숙침불라네. 대 숙침부 키고 즉 제바지라. 나 가서 가서 다 마로마 즉 제바더라. 또 마로 쉬우래. 삼배 즉 제바져라. 다 그런 집에 가서 가지고 다 소소서 갖추는데 내 누가 쉬우제서 삼바 키네. 데 즉 제와 제저라. 들라다 득버스 찍어 그랬어. 나는 다 가서 다 미겨레스 득버스에 즉 집어라 오라 동문도 뭐라.
나도 배우겠네 득버스 2 years 이나. 이나 고 된다고 고다 유모세다 먹여서 집어집어로 그랬고.
So what do you understand as a sin in English? Wrongdoing?
Very bad wrong.
Sin.
Is it wrongdoing or no?
Yes,
I
Bob.
guess it would be a wrongdoing, and I find that more neutral to say that. Because when I hear the word sin, like something really
Very bad.
Yes.
I mean, it's, a wrongdoing seems more neutral to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
But sin is like, like killing a parent,
아,
like sin.
다 득바 삽전세요.
That kind of
득바 좀 맞아. 득바 충조다 득바로 하다 이제 득바래.
대가도 고 말은 가도 이 대고만 대발에 체준다면 뭐 보여서. 여기를
So
고.
if you understand the sin as like a serious wrongdoing only, then maybe that's not the right translation.
Yeah.
But in Tibetan, of course, there's a different level of wrongdoings, right? Killing an ant versus killing your mother. There's big difference, So of course, this is both killing, both bad, but there's a big difference, So if you think that only killing mother is a sin and killing ant is not a sin, then that's wrong. So in Tibetan, when we use the sin, the word digpa, which means negative karma, negative action, which means negative action. So even killing ant is a negative action. Killing mother is a negative action. But of course, killing mother is a more serious negative action, and killing ant, is a less negative action. But it's still a negative action. So they all are negative action, but they have a different level, of. So, and I don't know, you can say, this is a small sin or this is a big sin. So,
So there is a word.
it's a sin.
There is a word.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the Tibetan, yeah. We say digpa, so both are sin, bad. Both are bad. But this is, less bad and that's more bad.
And the intention.
Yeah,
behind it.
of course, everything that, So it depends on a lot of those things.
대파 먹기 왔지 그러고.
So Bob, let's
야, 밥.
For me, sin usually is more tied to you're inherently bad.
In
So
what?
that inherently negative.
Inherently,
you're
okay.
Inherently a negative
Yeah.
person, or you have this inherently negative part of you. And then, so if I think of something in terms of sin, immediately guilt arises, and that's like an obstruction to actually purifying.
So guilt, like a
Guilt is
remote.
feeling like guilt is a feeling, like an emotion that you are inherently bad in some way.
So like if you feel guilty, is that remorse?
Not-
Oh.
Because
No,
it's
not remorse.
it's worse than it's not just thinking I did something negative, I can fix it. It's I am negative. Like
I am
it's inherent. It's
Yeah, it's
inherent.
inherently
다 랑싱이 독자.
라지도 지.
랑싱이 독자.
The Catholics, the Catholic Church.
They teach that.
Yeah.
They teach that from the beginning. That's what the Catholics do.
Inherently bad?
They'll tell you that you're
Yes,
inherently
you're
bad
sinful.
from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
넌
original sin,
Original
then
sin,
it's
yeah.
bad.
No, but that was the whole Christ story, is that that you're not, he took that
Right,
away, so
right,
that
but
isn't.
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's why it means.
I
that's
think
why
it's
so
just
much different.
very pervasive
They
in
do
this
teach that.
society.
Well,
That's why
if you believe in the Christ story, then you know that was taken away.
아래 대 띵아주 개 말든 가서 yes.
I just happened to be rereading Venerable Rubina's little pamphlet when she was here, and she actually talks about that at length, and she talks about what you are referring to based on your upbringing and your background, which is guilt, versus what she's referring to in terms of wrongdoing that helps to explain it is regret. So I regret all of the negative things or the harm I've done through my countless lives, and then after regretting that, regretting that is the first step. The second step of that is I regret that because I don't want to suffer, and so because I don't want to suffer, I don't want to do anything else to harm anyone else. So it's just by chance I happen to be rereading that pamphlet, so I thought it was very relevant to the conversation.
yes. 뭐 가지고 뭐 샤당 들어와.
그래, 샤단 세다. 뭐는 콘서트는 조바랑 깨시도. 딕바셔는 다 딕바세 조바스 호랑스나다. 조바스에 대한 내 독자 처선을 삼아줘라. 내 독자 처선 다 재미녀 재선을 삼박해야죠. 때 먼저 디 조바스 거라. 다이나 콘서트에 어떤 게 재미녀 저거 말은 나랑 재미녀래. 재미녀 쟁여지 레스는 내가 삼을 거야죠라. 디 캐고 시거다 콘서야. 다 맞으는 가도 이나다 재미녀들 삼바데 야보라 왔다. 조바게디 야보라. See, that's what I'm confused about,
Yeah.
when we talk about the guilt or regret. So guilt and regret is good. Feeling guilty. Feeling guilty or feeling regret is good because that makes you think that, oh, what I did was wrong. And so I should not have done that, you know. That's the Buddhist, you know. That's why we talk about the remorse, you know. That one of the power for purifying negative is one of the opponent power for purifying negative karma is the remorse. So think that, oh, I should not have done that. That's bad, like that.
She's explaining that guilt. She was explaining that guilt is kind of an obstruction, and she was explaining that
Obstruction in what way?
in your spiritual growth.
Obstruction.
No,
Yeah.
she's saying that the guilt is more like when you, it's inverted blame. Like, so if you blame somebody for doing something, you know, you did this and you're bad, and guilt is inverting that to say, oh, I did this and I'm bad, versus regret as being more healthy, more like, yeah, you have to regret, you have to recognize that it was non-virtue so that you can resolve not to do it again. So that's the difference.
So guilt is like thinking I'm bad.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What I did was wrong, so I'm bad.
Yeah, it's blaming yourself. Like in the
또
same
소소 카츠워서
way.
먼저 가서 야부지 그래도 소소
글
카츠워.
하는 거로.
소소 카츠워서 그래. 소소 카츠는 내 제만 오지 나 독자래 삼아줘라. 나 독자래 내 제만 오지 제소는 삼아줘라. 아til라 길스 거다. 여바세요 거다 이제도. 이제 지단전에 가서 그 배교트는 셔는 여바랑 쓰고 그래.
It's all about you. If you're feeling guilt, it's all about you. But if you regret something you've done, like you can, it's much healthier to me, much healthier way to look at something that you did wrong. But you don't have this, oh, I'm so bad kind of thing, which it seems what guilt is all about. It's all about you.
I think you're saying that in our town, if you're just guilt, it's self-centered, like, oh, poor
Yeah,
me, look at me,
yeah.
poor me, it's about me. When you regret your the action, so don't waste the energy being guilty about it, because then not taking action to make it better. It's the opposite of ego, right? Kind of self-centered, even if like, oh, I'm the worst person, I'm that. It's still kind of ego, it's just the extreme. So the guilt energy is useless. Instead of being guilty, remorse, and take action to fix it. Yes.
나 독자래 삼스 소소도 로마 빠베줘라. 로 쇼메리.
대목거지.
그래. 다 콘도스 girls나 디스 거서.
대가 나 두저를 삼고 싶다. 나 노송으로 선데 가요도 하지. 나 두저를 삼고 싶다. 나 제단 노샤스. 나 정말 책임해서 나.
대 콘도 다 줘봐서 디스 거다.
대로 지나.
다가 다 girls에 다 소소로 카츠네. 나 독자래 삼래 즉 소소 로마 가서 소소
짜야죠.
짜는 대저로. til라 girls 거래서. and that jobas the remorse the regret said it 콘도다 당에도 자데 딩마송 당가 되는 책임에서는 삼바시 켜줘라
다시 대다다를 다시 다시 제대 소소 카츠와도 다시 명한테 생주 맞자셔 봐.
So if you're like blaming yourself again, you know, can be dangerous, right? So you put down yourself and say, oh, I cannot be better, I'm always bad, you know, inherently bad, like that.
대매같이 나가 노샤스 다시만 책임에서 나 고다라는 것도 왔어.
So yeah, so I think that what I did was wrong, so you know it's not good for myself, not good for others, so I should not do this again in the future, like that. So,
나
regret, right?
나 두자를 맞사마지. 난 조금도 나 두자들은 맞사마지. 되게 생주 맞자셔 그래.
So not thinking I'm bad or I cannot do it, and so that will like kind of discourage you, right?
야.
It's really toxic. I mean, it's so closely tied to shame. And I think it's kind of a way that what's twisted about it is that it makes you over-responsible and it makes you feel, it's almost narcissistic because it makes you feel like you have more control than you do. Like, if you were just a good person, this wouldn't happen, you know, whereas, I guess in Buddhism it's more like, well, I guess I missed that, I'm sorry I hurt so-and-so, you know, I should probably go about it, but it's not the same thing, it's like, guilt really sticks inside of you, and you kind of twist around there.
Yeah,
I knew someone, one of my first teachers, was trained in the Theravada tradition, he's American, but he trained in that tradition, and he said they describe it as wholesome and unwholesome.
대가
치고라 당아도 다 딕바다 겨와다 미겨서 해줘라. 어썸 다나서 겨와다 미겨서 가서 다 콘도기 책 버져 당다 시거다.
알레레.
콘도기 신라나 베스 축춤 쇼주. 아니 다 딕바 가서 데라라다 네거티브 카마라나 다 딕 다왔으면 도 wholesome 나 unwholesome 라나 된 데스 다스 딕면 됐거든.
Okay, yeah, what you say?
I was gonna say that if I feel guilt, then there's like a conviction that the negativity, all the negativities, they're not adventitious, they can't be removed. So that's the
Yeah.
opposite of the Buddhist point of view. So that's the problem for me with the feeling of guilt. And certain words like talking about sin and confession in a certain way, just because of the Christian background that I
Yeah.
have. For me, that guilt arises, it's like it's just triggered immediately, and then I don't even hear half the teaching because my mind just becomes very negative. So if I use different words for myself, like if I think, oh, that was a mistake, I did that, and I'm gonna get a bad result.
Yeah.
Like, right? And so, oh, I wanna fix that mistake.
Tere.
Yes.
That's the actual Buddhist point of view,
Yes.
Tere.
right?
That's right.
나도 디발라가 tere 이제.
So that's what we're talking about when we say sin.
Yeah.
Negative.
나도 나도 보나 저런 게 직전에 때 디긴 저번에 키노 쓰니 바라 딕스노 추니 바라 그래서 그러고.
So sin or negative karma, or wholesome, unwholesome action, non-virtuous action, whatever we said. So it's action. If you create that, then that will bring bad result to yourself.
근데 때 매워서 그래서
So that you have to get rid of.
그냥 아주 디바서도 코치는 기초 대한민국들이 다 배에 틀려요 말.
So when we talk about the sin or non-virtuous action, it's not inherent, it's not permanent, it's advantageous. So it can be purified. So that's the good thing about negative karma or sin, is that it can be purified.
그래서 득바담주 소소샤사야다. 득바 먹게 왔지세. 당연히 못 몰래가 남주.
So we always talk about that, of course, difference in people because of their upbringing. 그래서 살론제 당는 때는다. 그래서 살론제 때는 득발라도 배 득자시다. 그런 게 당신이 득자인 거지. 때나 들라고 다 답제 매워는데 some cool.
알레 땡어도 때 말해. 무슨 때 말해.
So of course, from your background, upbringing background, it may sound different or may mean different. But that's what it means anyway. Sin means like negative karma, negative action, unwholesome action, non-virtuous action. So anything that that's done wrong, and which will bring negative result, a bad result to oneself. So therefore, we want to purify it. We don't want to experience the bad result, so we want to purify. So that's good thing about sin or non-virtuous action is that it can be purified.
다 슈만에 득바당 아니 먹게와 세간은 뉴모 다 된다 치바래서만 되게 그랬잖아. 득발라야 되다. 아니 다 뉴모 가다 먹게와
Well, I don't want to go later.
다 먹게와서 다 고대 치바로 득바당 먹게와 고다 치바나 되게 그랬다.
Yeah, so non-virtuous action is what it means. The sin means non-virtuous action here.
You can translate that next time, okay? Don't think it is something solid. We never fix that. Then 줘봐서야 돼요. 아니 소소도 만비때 something time 말때 이렇게 말했어. 같이 노샤다 노라데 노라면 노라 고시네 따때 파샤와치네 줘봐라 그랬어.
So again, if you have the different meaning, connotation, meaning for the guilt, versus regret, then don't use the word, regret. The guilt. Use the word regret. So yeah, guilt is again feeling bad, and it's good. It's good to feel bad for what you have. If you don't feel that, you will not. You will say, "Oh, what I did is good." So you will never see the wrong that you did. So feeling regret, instead of, I will say guilt, same thing, but don't say guilt. Just feel the regret, for doing bad thing. And so it's bad. You come to understand that, and then say, "Oh, I should not do that," and that helps you to prevent it, from doing it in the future.
또 야버도 누구는 삼삼 찍고 자동만라고 찍마고는 것도 반드시 야버도.
So it's good, you put that word, So sometimes if you have that meaning, in that, and which is not good, then it's good to know about it. Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, Marshall.
And I was going to say, if you go to page 24 in a guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life, there's a footnote that is answering Moni's question. It talks about sin. It talks about the word papa. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Pepa?
Pepa?
P.A.
Papa.
P-A-P-A.
Papa.
And they're saying in the book, the translation, sometimes they say sin, sometimes they say vice, and they explain why. So this is the bottom of page 20.
Good.
And it's explaining exactly why they say the word sin.
What's that in page 24?
24 on the bottom, the footnote. Yeah, under the Wallace translation.
All right.
And it explains
This one here, huh?
Yeah, I don't have that
Yeah, same book.
I
So,
don't know, but there's nothing.
Yep.
no, I just want to say, okay. In this book, we have translated the term
This is good. This is good discussion.
papa.
Papa,
I don't know, what is that?
what
Papa.
Papa means?
In this book, in this work, we have translated the term papa, both as sin and vice.
Huh? Rupa,
Huh? Papa?
Papa. Dikpa, Papa, Papa,
It's pronounced papa.
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 Now, what means? What
Yeah.
means Papa means?
Sin or vice. Yeah.
It's basically something wrong.
Something wrong. Papa. Ah, 되게 어느데. Papa.
어디?
Not papa.
No Papa.
됐다.
Papa.
그래서 쇼로가 구바 나왔다다.
네, 쇼가 그거 그래요.
쇼로 구바 다들 전주 뉴니버 쇼로 구바디. 구바.
어,
구바나 갈라다.
딕바 제야 람베제 호스.
아니?
근데
뭐래?
니지 디라 양다 데바제지. 딕바 제야 레체 메제도스. 다음에 되는데.
딕바르다.
어.
But what is that papa? Margaret, do you see that?
I see that, but I don't know
Oh,
what.
okay. No, you said that Dikpa, so Dikpa is right, but yeah, so I don't know why Papa. Huh?
It's from Sanskrit, and it's pronounced papa.
Oh, it's Sanskrit word?
As what? I don't know what the.
Yeah. So Papa is a like non-virtuous action or sin in Sanskrit.
I don't want to talk about the word sin anymore because
Everyone's scared.
Or non-virtuous action.
Because of non-virtuous actions.
Non-virtuous action?
in Hindi it's pap, in Sanskrit it's
Papa. Oh, pop. Okay. Yeah.
Means a non-virtuous action.
Yeah. Pop.
I mean essentially something that harms.
Something wrong.
Oh, Papa. Okay.
Okay, this is fine. Yeah, this is good. This is a good discussion. If you have something like that, something not work for Western mind, we can discuss it. That's good. Yeah, the Tibetan, we have always used that word, but the meaning is like something wrong. You do something wrong, you get also punishment.
Wrong.
I'm not going to put sin.
Yeah.
Sin is out of my vocabulary.
Okay. but you should change your thought.
Yes, absolutely.
No. You say, okay, I understand like that, since been like that, but that means not like that. Then you can more, how you call say, easy understand?
Be more open-minded.
More open mind. No, maybe not open mind, just say more comfortable. Because I like that.
The open mind thought.
Yeah, there's also Bob don't think it's something exists inherently there, some negative karma. But this is look, usually they dig means like hit. If you hit back. Like that, just we translate just a word. But the general meanings, you do something wrong, also you get punishment. You have to purify that. Like that. No? Okay. This is a good discussion, yeah. Papa. P-A-P.
It's like calling father.
Yeah, Papa.
No, when Payal said, it's pop, yeah, that's true. Like in Hindi, they say pop and punya, so but when you talk about, but I don't know the term in Sanskrit, so they call it papa. Okay. Papa. Okay.
Okay, Papa. Don't do Papa, okay? It's correct? Okay, thank you, everyone. Ale.
Okay? Is it okay if I do it fast? Oh, anything. I want to do it like slow, but I won't do it that way. No. I'm the boss. The boss without guilt. Okay, all right. All right, page 39 of the prayer book, please. And I will say it in English. I'll say it in English. Ground, perfume anointed, flowers strewn, Meru, four lands, sun and moon adorned, seen as Buddha field and offered. Thus may all sentient beings enjoy pure lands. May my venerable Lama's life be firm, his white divine actions spread in the 10 directions. The teachings of Lobsang will always remain, dispelling the darkness of all beings in the 3 realms. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious gurus. From my 2 collections, vast of space, that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddhist teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion, in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be imparted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the 10-fold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenre Zig remain in life till samsara's end. Tong ni ning je zung tu ju pe lam che che sa se gang chen ten dru gun chag na pemo tenzin gyatso la so wa debzo jetun lun through show. Page 49, short, long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Tung sung chang jing chong gong ge wei tenzin gong pel wei gong zo dok po tse chong sung ku wei le mon tu dru pa da zo du je gun du jap ten show. And page 57, prayers of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha states, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. We will finish with Nixima, which is on page 75. Migmet se wei ter chen chen rei zi dream me kempe wang po jam pel young
couple of quick announcements. Thank you so much, Geshe.
Oh, you want this? You want this?
I have a loud voice, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
Huh? Okay. Thank you again. A couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow we have a Guru Puja at 5:15, so if you're free, please come to that. And we're very, very excited to have Lama Zopa Rinpoche upcoming visit this month. So to begin the preparations for his visit, next Sunday after class, we're going to be doing a Gampa cleaning. So if you come to class or if you have time after class, if you could come, we're going to be serving a vegetarian lunch at 1 o'clock, and we're just going to spend time cleaning the Gampa. And we're sending emails out to let you know other volunteering opportunities for this amazing event. As always, thank you so much for helping clean up the Gampa. Thank you.